Please take your seat while we close the aircraft hangar doors. Distinguished guests, honored veterans, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our esteemed Medal of Honor recipients, welcome. Today we gather not just for a ceremony, but for a testament to the extraordinary bravery, unwavering selflessness, and profound love for this country that resides within the hearts of our Medal of Honor recipients. We are gathered here to celebrate the opening of a museum dedicated entirely to you. A place where your stories of valor will forever inspire generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors, playing of the national anthem, and our invocation.
I invite you to pray with me. Heavenly Father, architect of the universe, our rock and our redeemer, it is by your light that we walk, and by your steady hand that we find comfort. Today, it is by your words that we open the celebration of those special few who have gone above and beyond in their pursuit of peace and their defense of their brothers and sisters in arms. For it says in your holy book, "The Lord is with you, you mighty men of valor." These men we celebrate today are perfect examples of mighty men of valor. And I thank you, God, for giving us the opportunity to welcome them and honor them. God, I thank you for the presence of our honored guests and the executives and philanthropists who see beyond the here and now to a future day when a young child may walk through the museum and be inspired. That future generations of girls and boys will understand that love and brotherhood, honor and valor are not just words to be thrown about, but credos to live by. God, as this ceremony begins and the museum prepares to open, I pray that all those who have been awarded the Medal of Honor, the just over 3,000 of our nation's bravest heroes, that their names and memories forever be the clarion call of liberty and freedom, that their actions and their stories ring throughout this land, and their legacy lead us all to act as the Bible verse on that famous bell calls us to do, that we should proclaim liberty throughout all the land and to all the inhabitants thereof. God, I pray that you remain our support and our light, and that we use our voice and our service to better serve you and those around us. It is in your most holy name I pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you to the Joint Base Andrews Honor Guard, the United States Air Force Brass Quintet for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and to Chaplain Lowenberg for the invocation. We are honored to have some very special guests with us today, our Medal of Honor recipients. Major General Patrick Brady, retired, and his guest, Sandy Bublitz. Command Master Chief Britt Slabinski, retired, and his wife, Christina Valentine Slabinski. Lieutenant Colonel William Swenson, retired. Sergeant First Class Sammy Davis, retired, and his wife, Dixie Davis. Captain Florent Groberg, retired. And Specialist 5th Class James McLuhan, retired. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to all commanders, senior leaders, first sergeants, family and friends, and coworkers in attendance today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our host, the Commander, 316th Wing and Joint Base Andrews, Colonel June O, to the stage to introduce our first guest speaker.
All right, good afternoon and welcome to Joint Base Andrews and America's Airfield. This is shaping up to be a fantastic day. Beautiful weather, amazing static displays, and a tremendous honor to host this incredible event honoring these incredible individuals. Thank you for giving Team JBA the opportunity. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, a true American hero and an inspiration to Americans everywhere. Captain Cassidy's journey is one of remarkable dedication to service. A graduate of Naval Academy, he's a retired United States Navy SEAL, a veteran of multiple deployments, and a true American hero. His career has been marked by unwavering commitment and exceptional bravery. But his service extends far beyond the battlefield. Captain Cassidy has also served our nation in a truly unique way as a NASA astronaut. He's logged hundreds of hours in space, conducting spacewalks and contributing to vital scientific research aboard the International Space Station. This duality of service, from the depths of the ocean to the vastness of space, speaks volumes about his character and his dedication to pushing the boundaries of human potential. Captain Cassidy's unique background makes him the perfect individual to lead the National Medal of Honor Museum Foundation. Please join me in welcoming a man of extraordinary courage, service, and vision, Captain Chris Cassidy.
Well, Colonel, thank you very much. Distinguished guests, this is amazing. What an incredible welcome here to Joint Base Andrews. We can't thank you enough. You know, Fort Cavazos brought their A game down in Texas this morning when we visited them, but I think you got a leg up in closing these doors. You guys nailed it, you know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is unbelievable. It's a very, very exciting time, exciting week for us in the Medal of Honor community as we're about to unveil to the nation the National Medal of Honor Museum in an Arlington that you're probably not quite so familiar with, Arlington, Texas. And it's a really, really special place. There's wonderful museums out there in the country where you can learn about military conflicts or services themselves. But this will be a place where you can come and learn about the stories of these gentlemen. 3,528 awards of the Medal of Honor have been given. There's 61 of those living today. We'll have 33 living Medal of Honor recipients with us at our grand opening celebration that is in 2 days from now on Saturday evening down there in Texas, and we're so excited to bring this project to the nation. And it's with the support of folks just like you, because you'll hear from a recipient here very shortly, but they themselves were in chairs just like each and every one of you, assigned to a unit just like each and every one of you, doing their duty to the nation, supporting and defending the Constitution of the United States like these young airmen that we'll soon bring into our military, just like you. And it's been an incredible privilege and treat for me to be part of this project and get to know on a personal level the living Medal of Honor recipients that we have in our nation, because they'll tell you, and you'll hear it in their own words, they're wearing the medal for all of us. So it's with great humility that we are here today to represent the Medal of Honor Museum, and it's with great humility that I stand before you and say, come on down to Texas, visit the Medal of Honor Museum when you get a chance, and we're so excited that it's a project, happens to be in Texas, but it's for the nation. In the next step after that, in the next year or so, we'll bring to D.C. a monument for Medal of Honor recipients. That will be located within the verbiage in the bill that's going through the Congress right now as we speak, within 1,000 feet of the Lincoln Memorial. And if you draw that circle, there's about 5 or 6 identified monument locations that it could be, and we'll work with Park Services in the coming year or so to identify that plot of land and then come forth with the design. And in a couple years, we'll have a Medal of Honor monument right here next to Joint Base Andrews. So leadership, thank you for assembling this group. Thank you for giving this incredible welcome. And I think you're in for a real treat when you hear from our Medal of Honor recipients following me. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Cassidy. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Reserve Warfare Director, Rear Admiral Luke Frost, who will have the distinct honor of introducing our next esteemed Medal of Honor recipient.
Thank you and good afternoon. It is with great honor that I introduce to you a true American hero, Command Master Chief Britt Slabinski, United States Navy. His name is synonymous with courage, selflessness, and unwavering dedication to his fellow service members. Command Master Chief Slabinski's story is one of extraordinary bravery under fire, unwavering leadership in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, and a profound commitment to our Navy's core values of honor, courage, and commitment. Please join me in welcoming Command Master Chief Slabinski to the stage.
Hey, I know what you're all thinking right now. I know it. 2 Navy SEALs, Navy Admiral, and you got me. I swear there's not a plan for global domination for the SEALs to take everything over. I know that's exactly what you're thinking. It's not the case. Hey, I got a confession to make. This is a little uncomfortable place for me, and I know I speak on behalf of the other recipients. I say uncomfortable but yet comfortable place to be, and I need to explain that a little bit. It's uncomfortable the medal that we wear, and although our name is on the back of the medal, it doesn't belong to the one individual. It is not a singular distinction. What the medal really is, it is a reflection of the many. 40 million Americans have worn this uniform, 3,528 recipients of the medal, but the DNA of so many others is embedded in the medal. And if you think back to all of the training that you went through, let's just think back of all of your coaches, your teachers, your parents, everyone that had a hand in making you be the person that you are today. Some of their DNA is also in this medal. And I think back to my instructors, my trainers, our teammates, just like you heard. If you look to the left and to your right of you, we were in those same seats. That day, we just were doing our job, just like you were doing your job. That DNA of our teammates is also embedded in here. And you think of those that served with us. Soon today, we're going to have some join our ranks. They are going to take the same oath, the same promise that all of us did, and they will fulfill it, and they will do amazing things on behalf of the country and on behalf of each other. As you all know, we live in challenging times. The winds of adversity blow from the west. They blow from the east. One thing that I know for sure is that whatever comes our way, we can handle it. We are here, recipients are here not for us, we are here for you, and that's the comfortable piece of this. The comfortable piece is being here with our teammates. You, the ones that we do it all for, fulfilling our promise every day, again, to our nation and to our teammates. We are here for you to say thank you. Thank you, to your families. You have made the promise. You are our fellow warfighters. You made a promise to protect the homeland and to ultimately make it right wherever right needs to happen on the globe. This is why we are here, to share some time with you, to shake your hands, to look you in the eye and say thank you. As I said, there's a lot of adversity going on. The things I want to echo in your head when you leave here today. A few things I want you to think about. One, no matter what happens in the future, just like what we'd experienced, we will keep the faith. Keep the faith in yourself. Keep the faith in your teammates. Keep the faith in your leadership and in your mission and the promises of others. Keep that faith. What goes hand in hand with that is stay in the fight. You all have faced adversity in your past. There will be more in the future. Just keep moving. Stay in the fight. Keep getting up. Perhaps most importantly, the thing I want to leave you all with is this. This is the thing that I would tell my teammates. After 15 combat deployments, when we were on those deployments, as the Command Master Chief, I always looked at myself as I'm the head coach. I'm getting the team ready to go out and win that game on the field. The game may be dangerous. We may take casualties. We may take injuries. It's going to be a crazy night. The last thing I wanted people remembering about is just the confidence I have in them and the confidence you have in each other. These words were the last thing I wanted them to remember, and it is simply this. Be feared. Be feared. Be feared in your training. Be feared in your thought processes. If you train hard enough, if you are feared, think of this. Maybe, just maybe because of that, we don't need to actually use you. Wouldn't that be a thing? Training so hard to really not be used. Isn't that ideal? Ideally, it would be nice if we could make a Medal of Honor recipient an endangered species. We all know that might not happen, but until then, we have you out there on the front lines training to make it right, to be feared in the face of adversity. I thank you all for wearing that uniform. I thank you and your families. And one more time, be feared. Thank you.
Thank you, Command Master Chief Slabinski. We would now like to invite Command Sergeant Major Daniel Hobson to come introduce our presiding officer for our enlistment today.
What a great day it is today to be wearing this uniform. To stand before all of you and to honor a true American hero. I have the privilege to introduce a soldier whose action defined bravery, selflessness, and unwavering commitment to his comrades and his country. On August 8th, 2012, while on patrol in Afghanistan as a PSD commander with the Task Force Mountain Warrior, this soldier displayed remarkable courage. He tackled a suicide bomber, risking his own life to save the life of others. That day, he sustained severe injuries, but his heroic actions prevented loss of countless lives. Ladies and gentlemen, think about that level of selflessness for just a moment. The strength, the courage, willingness to put others before himself. That is the character of this soldier. Captain Groberg's service and sacrifice have been recognized with numerous awards and decorations, including a Combat Infantry Badge, the Meritorious Service Medal, 2 Bronze Stars, a Purple Heart, and a Medal of Honor. He's the 19th Medal of Honor recipient and the 10th Living Medal of Honor recipient since the Vietnam War. It is both an honor and a privilege to introduce this remarkable Army combat veteran and true embodiment of what it means to serve. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Captain Florent Groberg, retired.
Enlisting in the armed forces is a testament to one's unwavering dedication to serving their country and upholding its values. It signifies a deep commitment to the mission, a strong bond with fellow service members, and a willingness to face challenges head-on for the greater good. Please rise as Captain Florent Groberg administers the oath of enlistment.
So I have a few words to say before that. I was told at about a minute. Look, it's an honor. It truly is an honor to be here, to be part of your journey, to start your journey. I commend you. I give you all the respect that I can possibly gather inside of me, because you are making a decision that goes beyond anything about yourself. You're committing to a mission. You're committing to brothers and sisters. You're committing to our nation. You're committing to our flag. The responsibility is going to be great. It's going to challenge you. It will frustrate you. It will make you doubt your decision today. But I promise you, the moment that you turn in that uniform, you will be a different person. You will transform your community, your families, and all those who have the opportunity, the privilege to come and be near you because of the lessons that you will go through on this journey. Selflessness, integrity, courage, many words will be associated with your character. You will define that correct character yourself. Just never forget one specific thing. Once we raise our right hand and take this oath, it's no longer about you. It's about that man, that woman to your right, to your left, to your front, to your rear. And this country will ask that you serve it with honor and courage. And you will doubt yourself at times, and you will feel unprepared. But I promise you, if you just follow the path that is in front of you, and you trust in yourself, and you do the hard work when no one's watching, you will meet the expectations. And you will be proud of yourself, and we will be proud of you. So with that, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations and welcome to our world. Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. And congratulations to our newest members of our armed forces. Please welcome the Commander, Air Force District of Washington, Major General Daniel DeVoe, to the stage for closing remarks.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What a good afternoon it is. I'm going to come off script here just for a moment and say this to our enlistees first, actually. You're going to go to boot camp, and you're going to tell your comrades in arms, your fellow airmen, who enlisted you, and they're not going to believe you. So when you leave today, the fact that you had 6 Medal of Honor recipients here to do this, to bring you into this family, make sure you get pictures, right? They've got them. Get the pictures. You're going to have to prove it because you don't know. This doesn't happen. Right? This doesn't happen to people, get to meet this many Medal of Honor recipients at one time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. Thank you for taking some of your time to participate in this. And if you're not feeling it already, you know you're not going to regret it. This is something special. It's an opportunity to not only honor some of our nation's best and the guests that we have here today, but also to celebrate our nation's future and these enlistees. And what you just witnessed was a weaving of that tapestry, of that thread that is service in the military family. And those Medal of Honor recipients and our enlistees today, that bind that runs between them represent the character, the sacrifice, the duty, the valor, the service, and probably most importantly, the love that identifies our profession of arms. It has been embodied in the toughest of circumstances by these recipients, these Medal of Honor recipients sitting in the front row. But to our enlistees, it has been passed to you. And to everyone else here in the audience that serves, you are, as was described, equally a part of that tapestry and that fabric. To Pat, Britt, Will, Sammy, Flo, Jim, and your families, I want to personally thank you for not only your service and bravery in combat, but also your continuing efforts to represent the United States military and to be that example of character for all Americans, both in uniform and outside of uniform. And congratulations to our newest enlistees. You have an exciting future ahead of you. As we approach National Medal of Honor Day on the 25th, it is right to pause and remember those who acted with valor in the most difficult of situations. And I'm really, truly excited to hear the news of the opening of the National Medal of Honor Museum in a few days, and the efforts to share the stories of all of those recipients in more detail with the public. It's one thing to have an online repository of stories and images detailing the bravery of our service members, but even better now to have a physical museum that Americans and others from around the world can visit and immerse themselves in more detail for each of the Medal of Honor recipients' stories, creating a greater opportunity to connect, to feel, to understand, to inspire, and to have an example to follow. We have members of the United States Air Force Band here with us today. Thank you. And I understand that some of our Air Force Band members are going to get to travel with you tomorrow as you head to Texas. They're lucky. I wish you all the best of weather and the greatest of memories at the ceremony this weekend as we have the opening. I'd like to thank American Airlines not only for this event today and supporting it, but also to being continued supporter of our military and enabling this and so many other programs to support our military and our veterans. I'd like to thank our guest speakers for sharing your inspiring words and your stories and motivating all who serve and that are with us today. I'd like to thank Colonel O for hosting this event on the 316th side of the House and the larger wing team that planned everything and brought it together. It's not easy to bring an event like this together, and the fact that you stood up and volunteered is much appreciated. Now that we're concluding this ceremony, I encourage all of you in attendance. The rest of this has kind of been the formality. Now comes the good part. I encourage all of you to take the opportunity to personally interact, to meet, to engage, to add more threads to that tapestry in the time that follows here as we close. And to our honored guests, I encourage you to get to know the airmen who operate from Joint Base Andrews here. And it's a joint base, not just the airmen, the soldiers, the sailors, the Marines, the Coast Guardsmen, and the Guardians as well. Thank you to all of you that are in attendance today for your selfless service and your sacrifices that you have made and that you continue to make every day to keep our nation strong. And again, one last round of applause for our honored guests. Thank you.
This concludes today's ceremony. Let me extend our sincere thanks to everyone for joining us today. Please take this opportunity to connect with one another, share stories, and make the most of this special occasion. Thank you.